Okay, so of course I told you guys I was just going to take a very quick break and definitely be right back. Excuse me, with Barista. Today is Wednesday, and you already know traditionally what we do every morning, every Wednesday. Now the fact we always look into the legal side of a life. Okay, when I say life, we've dealt with emotions, we've done different things. When it comes to knowing the law and all of that. And amazingly, I know Barista at a point, I think sometimes last year, we dealt so much with, what you need to know about marriage, going into marriage, and he tell us different types of marriages and all of that. But because of so many questions, whether they throw to Barista, it come like saying, no, the only problem they face in Nigeria now outside coronavirus, now that of marriage. So he actually thought of it again, especially for last week because of the calls we had. He said, okay, he go they look the legal side of marriage, legalities of marriage. We'll be revisiting. So if you have questions, I think it's just okay for you to start pending. It's okay for you to start pending down your questions now, because we're going to open the phone lines earlier today so that now feel ask as many questions as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, they watch your #1 family entertainment channel, and don't worry, Barista is getting ready for you guys. Yeah. Or he's ready. Okay, Barista, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone at home. I really wish you the very best. This day and the rest of the week. Today, what you may happen to say, we have to talk about the legal side of or legalities
of marriage.
We are revisiting it because about a year and a half ago, we did extensively a time of marriage. But for the purpose of those who need to be reminded, or those who are coming or watching us lately, and so they have not heard it.
New viewers.
So I will just say, make I go back on top. Marriage is a very essential thing we all celebrate very well. But the law get us the marriage day for the eye of law, and that's why I want us to see whether I go. We should make you understand very well. There are 3 types of marriage where the law recognized. Number 1 type now what they call the customary marriage. Customary marriage, or we call them traditional marriage. That will be involved, say, you and your spouse, or you and your wife to be, or you and your husband to be. Now go meet people, and the two of they join together, whether not your people for village. And once that thing don't happen, that's not marriage in the eye of the law. So because what is needed at that point in time, that the consent
of
the two side families, whether those who stand as parents for each of you, whether the real parents or supposed parents, but so far the family don't say, 2 of don't they okay to go marry. That not the thing. And you get as culture they be. Sometimes you go pay by price. Some culture don't go accept them. Sometimes the buy price go big. Sometimes it go small. But so far that essential things for that custom, you don't they satisfied. That's okay. I'm married with that. The second one they're going to call religious marriage. That one are you and your religion, and that one me say that you and your whether na reverend or being an imam or being a traditional person, na go say na one marry under your religion. Now, what that one be say you go perhaps with the consent of your parents, and sometimes some people don't get consent of their parents. It depends on we don't say talk say because you don't get people who say they talk their parents no approve of their religion when they practice, and they just say whether my parents approve my religion or not, I won't marry. And since your parents don't accept your religion, I say I won't marry according to my religion. That means for some reason, you know if you go meet those parents to join you together. The law permits your imam or your pastor, depending on their orientation, to say, okay, we join these two together, provided they are of age. You are open, in law, 18 years and above, you can make up your mind, say you want to marry. Provided they are of age. That imam can marry, that pastor can marry, the priest of your church can join you together, and say you are now pronounced husband and wife. Now, for the first two I mentioned, the one of the custom and the one of the religion, it's supposed to be one man, one wife. But you see, but the thing is, say, potentially, in a polygamous marriage, polygamous means say one man fit marry more than one wife. Monogamous we say one man, one wife. Polyandry means we one woman, many husbands. So for that kind of thing, it means
do we practice that in Nigeria?
In some culture around the Middle Belt, a woman.
I know of some African countries.
Even
I've
the
seen
Middle
that.
A woman can marry more than one husband.
Really?
It's permissible in their culture. So what happens is that once that is the case, then once you don't have whether traditional or religious marriage, there's a potential say that marriage if it turn to polygamy, because under the custom, no custom for Nigeria, we no permit a man to marry more than one wife. No custom. If you say because of love, now stay together for long, no marry another wife. But if you say he won't marry another wife tomorrow, there is no custom that says he cannot marry another wife. Now, if na religion, let's assume say the man like Christian today, and na even a pastor and everything. But for Nigeria, no law will force any man to stay for one religion. No law. Nigeria is not a religious state where we say there is a Christianity or the whatever. So it's very possible in Nigeria say the man will be Christian today can become Muslim tomorrow. So if he become Muslim tomorrow, it means that that law will bind them when he marry, no bind them again. So because of that default, because of that Muslim religion, they permit more than one wife, he can remarry. And even if say he don't even change religion, probably just say that I don't even want to practice Christianity again. I don't go Muslim, but I just want to go back to my life as a human being under the culture. Because there's nothing that tied that together past that moral conviction of religion. The man can have many other wives. And then the other thing we say, when it comes to the issues of how you're going to look at that marriage, if you marry under the custom, now the custom where you marry, then go judge you in terms of your inheritance, when you want to leave things behind, in terms of many things, even divorce as you want to do them. Now the custom, now you go judge. Now you go use to determine which you go to each other. So that's why I say that there's no law, because you see, there's nothing against customary marriage. There's nothing against religions. So sometimes two people, you don't see them again for church or for mosque. Next time you go see them, or you go see them say, I don't marry, this is not my wife, or I don't marry, this is not my husband. And probably you, as imam, you say, how can you marry without letting us know? Or you as a pastor saying, how can you marry without letting you know? So long say they don't go their village to go marry. Under the custom, the law say that is a marriage. Your religion might not accept it as a marriage, but as per the law, what is needed is an authority to join them together. The authority of the custom join them together, because even in that sense, I mean, two families can sit down in the sitting room, and then join there, so you can see them one family inside the sitting room, and within 20-30 minutes, the whole marriage is over, because what is needed is that consent of the parents to say that Kule or Chidi, are you going to marry Nkechi? Nkechi say, I'll marry. Okay, family, let's look at family, culture, So you can just take all those other ceremonies of bring food, bring everything, now just to put a fizzy.
Be like say they come, they didn't eat.
I'm talking, but the real job now another 15-20 minutes.
Oh.
Okay.
So we have to go for a break. We are going for a quick break.
Okay.
So we can open the phone lines earlier. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have to go for a very quick break. When we come back, definitely it will be time for us to open our lines, and everyone will be able to have access to the show this morning. So stay tuned. Barista and I definitely come back.
Our people they talk say ignorance of the law. No be excuse.
If my name for property, my child don't fit take that thing.
But I get one question. Now, if person die now and he put him wife or he put any of him relative as next.
Ignorance of the law no be excuse o. That na why we get one ogbonge program wey we dey call Legal Matter on top WAP TV.
Okay, so guys, welcome back. Of course, still on top your number one family entertainment channel for this morning. My name is Slimita. Of course, I don't dey in the building with a barrister for since I don't dey in the building with barrister since morning. Talking about the hour of 8:15, and of course we did together till the hour of 9. Okay, so if you've been joining the show with us, you know, say barrister been start something fresh. We don't treat them before. We actually did it for like almost a year, legalities of marriage. But this time we are revisiting because of the questions, calls, and all of that we've been able to get over time. And before we been talk about that break, barrister mentioned the fact that marriage is very, very essential. And he also took his time to identify like 3 different marriages we practice in this part of the world. Of course, he dealt with customary, which also happens to be the traditional marriage, right? Okay, religious, and of course the legal side of marriage, which obviously that is what I'm going to do. But we can't erase culture and all of that. But we're going to open the phone lines now so that just in case you're watching, you get questions, contributions, and all of that to ask. You know, you stay very, very free to do that this morning. 08173147589. Of course, 08105434984. Please help us turn down your TV volumes. And if you still get questions relating to what barrister I don't treat before, maybe you've been calling and you couldn't connect, but you get the chance to connect today, you're also very, very free to ask your questions. Barrister, are we fine? Are you?
Thank you very much. As I was saying, for those of us, so we don't talk about the one for for customary and or traditional, like you said, or and the one for religion. Now we are going to the third one. The third one we say basically the one for by law, it must be one man, one wife.
Woman.
Okay. By law.
Okay.
That one does not admit of polygamy. That's the one we called legal marriage. Many people they take time I'm saying court marriage. That there's nothing called court marriage. It's just that in those days, long before when the colonial masters days, most of the registries were put in that area of court. Were put together with the court so that because it's just next door, because they put everything in the same central position. So many people have tried it as court marriage.
Yeah, maybe because it's done in the court now.
It's not
registry.
It's not in the court. It's not.
Oh really?
It's just
I've
like
never gone
building,
for one.
Just at the building. Right now they've separated everything.
Oh really?
So just like in those days, you have the magistrate court. Now the next door is the registry. So ideally, when you are going to the registry, it's like going to the court.
Okay.
But it's not actually court. You call the place court.
Okay.
Court.
Okay.
Court.
Okay.
You know, because many people go to that court to go and settle their matters. So if you are going to wed and you are going to the same place, say, meet me. We're going to do this marriage at court, but it's not in the same court.
Okay.
It's just another room in that building. So they call it court marriage.
So it's not like a lawyer. Like I said, I've never attended one. So it's not like a lawyer comes to join them.
No. What you have is the registry or registrar.
Okay.
Registrar of marriage will join them. So the registrar of marriage acts like an authority because actually what is needed in marriages to join a couple is authority.
Okay.
The legitimate authority. In traditional, it is the authority of the parents.
Yes.
In the church or mosque,
Pastor or the imam.
Is the authority of the imam or the pastor. In the registry, is the authority of registrar.
Oh.
You know, that authority confers the legality of on that marriage. But under the legal marriage, essentially it is about one man, one wife. You cannot marry 2 wives. You cannot marry one before. Monsura.
Oh, already.
Abuja, how are you doing?
Hello, Monsira. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Okay.
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, then. Do you have questions or contributions for barrister?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, my question goes like this.
Okay.
A man that married a woman and do everything right and all that, then he decided to go outside and marry another woman, abandon that man at home, not taking care of the children at home. He doesn't pay school fees. The woman pay the house and the legal and the rent in the house where they stay. although the houses belong to the man, but the woman pay the water bill, pay NEPA bill, buy gas in the house. This man is just there. He doesn't pay the school fees. He doesn't do anything. He's just with another woman outside. Later, he came back. He want to delete the woman from the house. What kind of law that back that kind of man?
Yes. Let's put it this way, Mosra. I don't know whether the marriage you said is subsequent, because by law there cannot be a subsequent marriage without.
Is it from the court? No, not that he cannot marry. I didn't say he cannot marry another woman if he wants to marry. Even if
No, he cannot even marry, Mosra.
Yes.
Except under the, if I don't know if it's under, if both of you or if the people married under the custom or under the religion, probably Islamic.
Under the religion.
Oh, it was under the religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Under the religion is free
Under
to
the
marry
religion.
other wives. But you see, that's the one
The
challenge
problem
with it.
is not for him to get married, but let everything. Woman pay the school fees of the children, buy this one, buy that one in the house, do everything. He's just there.
He's just there.
Yeah.
Went to go to marry another woman and said he has never married before, kept that woman. Unfortunately, the woman at home knows about the wedding, but she kept quiet. So he went there and said he has never married, he has never had any issue and all that. He married and kept that one. And the woman kept quiet and was just looking. Then
And he has kids with the other woman. He has kids with the first wife.
Yeah.
Yes, Mosra. Yeah. You see, well, that's one of the things that's one of the challenges with when you marry under the custom or under the religion. Because according to Islamic religion, a man can marry more than one wife, provided he's able to love them equally. That's the issue. Not to be, it's even against religion. You know, for you to be marrying one wife and abandon the other wife. That's why you have to be able to love them equally. That's what is said under the Islamic law. So where you have not done that means it's against the religion, and that's why it becomes a challenge. You cannot use religion to say, except there's a Sharia court where you can do, okay, let me take my husband to the Sharia court to go and say that, look, this is what you have done. You are not taking care of me according to Islamic injunction.
So she can't, because I was almost funny enough, I actually penned down something like that here.
So she can't
sue the man for neglecting the children.
She can probably, she can only sue in customary court or Sharia court. Because it's about customary marriage, more or less.
Yeah, funny enough.
You can only say, I want to go to the customary court to go and ask that this man.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, there, please go on.
The problem there, not for the woman. The woman did not say anything apart from what he heard, and everything he just kept quiet. But the man now wants to drive the woman from the house, that the woman pay a NEPA bill, pay water board bill, pay everything in that house.
I can imagine.
The house belongs to the man.
I can imagine.
Everything in that house belongs to that woman.
I can imagine. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I would say that the customary marriage and religious marriage do not protect the right interest of the woman enough. So at this point in time, you have to say probably you are going to go to human rights. The woman can say, I'm going to human rights. That is if she has the boldness or she wants to do that. You understand? Because many women do not want, because of their children, because of issues of emotional disturbances and what have you. So it leaves the woman more or less shortchanged, as it were. So that's why probably the best form of is like, probably at this point in time, you can, ask a lawyer to go and say, let's go to customary court. Or you can, look, I want to have this man to accept responsibility for the home. I'm not saying she not marry another wife. Yes, by custom, you can marry.
Not you evicting me.
But not you evicting me. Not you leaving me to be the one that is paying the school fees, to do everything and everything. And I know we have to be very careful too, because that's one of the reasons why it's dangerous. Because in some cultures, under the custom, is the woman that takes responsibility for the children. Are you getting me? Because by nature of the fact that polygamy is the way it is, men and women have accepted that the responsibility for the taking of the children, of taking of the house, is theirs. Because the man is probably just going around marrying every wives. So that's why you have to understand the
They
underlying
took
issues.
responsibilities, barrister, not because it's their job. They just have to do it because there's no one else to
More or less.
take that
More or
up.
less. But it has become a kind of culture that say, look, oh, you are the
Coming
owner.
along with
You are
time.
the one. You are the owner of the children. No, the man is just going to give you the children and don't take care of them and things like that.
Barrister, I think I remember that I asked this question when we treated marriage then, and I'm still going to go back to it because we have situations like that of maybe like what she painted now. We're married legally and you fail to take responsibilities of the children, and maybe when you don't see now say the children don't be successful and all of that, you want to come from nowhere to come and take responsibilities of those children, or you want to come and claim ownership. Now, is it possible for me to refuse?
Probably, I don't. You see, sentimental and emotional. You can say yes. You are not there. You cannot. Probably when the child is wedding, or you can say, don't take any seat as father of the child or mother of the child and whatever. But the point remains that nobody can deny the paternity of that child. If you are the father of that child, in terms of paternity, like you said, there's a difference between paternity.
Let's take Mrs. Comfort.
Ms.
Hello,
Comfort.
Mrs. Comfort. Good morning, ma. Hello, good morning. Hello, Mrs. Comfort. Okay, please call us back.
Because you see, there's a difference between being the paternal parent or the paternal or the father of the child biologically, and then acting like the father. You understand me? So somebody else it's possible that the woman had a child for somebody else, and then they divorced, but the next marriage took care of that child, and then grew up.
Yes.
So in that sense, you can say that the man that took care of the child
Can act as the father.
But you cannot,
Without problem.
Yes, you cannot deny the child the right to know the origin.
Okay.
It is fundamental. It's part of his. It's part of human dignity.
Okay.
To know that this is my father.
Okay.
If that is possible, it's part of the dignity of that.
Okay, so it's possible for me to say, okay, this is your father, but this is not the man I want on your wedding day to stand as your father.
Okay, see, for so reason, this man was not there to take care of you. So this man took care of you.
Okay, she's calling back.
Miss Comfort.
Good morning, ma. Hello, Mrs. Comfort.
Hello, yes.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay,
How are you?
I'm very well.
Please, my question is to my legal friend.
Yes, please feel
I want
free.
to know where in Benue they practice polyandry.
No, I didn't say Benue.
Did you mention?
I just said Middle East.
Yes.
Whatever.
You said in the Middle Belt.
Middle Belt. I think between there's a tribe in I understand there's a tribe around Plateau.
Around where?
Plateau State. Plateau State. There's a tribe around Plateau State.
I've not heard of it.
So I read about it. But just Google polyandry in Nigeria.
I'm sure it will bring out everything
Google
you need to know.
polyandry in Nigeria.
I'm from Benue, but I grew up in Vom, in Plateau State to be precise. I've not heard of it.
Just Google it.
I think to know more on that, you can just Google.
Because it was while I was researching that I got to know that.
I don't think it's a reality. I'll do so.
But
All
to
right.
try and Google, just check.
Please Google it, and then you can call me privately on my number, because I know that in some East African countries they do it.
Yes,
so I asked through the Google chat to know that is it practiced in Nigeria? He said it is in some tribes.
Yeah,
in
that's
Nigeria.
his contact. So maybe
Yes,
after
just
your
call me.
research, you can just call.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never.
I was also shocked myself.
I said it because I know I've seen it in other parts
was
of
also shocked
Africa, but I
myself.
haven't seen Nigeria. Okay, so Barrister, you were saying, so I have every right to say, okay, I don't want the man to stand as my child's father on the wedding day because he hasn't been faithful.
It's possible, but you cannot deny that he's his father.
Okay.
So he can show up to say, and in some instances, there are people that came to come and scout to say, look, yes, I've seen some families, some instances when the parents of the woman prevented the man from having access to that child. You understand me? But the man finally got to know that the child is somewhere, and even went to the school to go. So those kind of possibilities are there.
Possibilities.
So that issues that you cannot deny the fact that okay, I'm the father. Yes. And it's also open because at an age once the child is about 18, 19, 20, 21, he has the right to determine that whether I want to forgive the man for what he had done or not. You cannot say because of the past, deed of the man, say, I'm going to banish. And some people say, I curse if you go back to that man and what have you. It's prerogative as a human being to overlook or to, because the hurt is not to him. The hurt is
to the child.
The hurt is not to the child.
Okay.
It's to the woman more.
Okay.
Yes, possibilities and whatever. So, and you can, everybody likes to know their roots.
Yeah, sure, def. You can't run away from it.
So if avoiding it might also cause some other issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So we haven't. You started. You were on legal.
Yeah.
marriage.
So on legal marriage. So it's a question of one man, one woman, and by law, you cannot do more than one man, one wife. So that means that when you don't have a legal marriage, you could not have married somebody under the custom and then marry somebody else under the law. The law says there must not be a previous marriage, and there must be a subsequent marriage to different person. So when you are marrying under the custom, still under the custom. But if you want to marry, you can marry the same person you marry under the custom.
Under the
law.
Okay.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
But I cannot marry a Toyi
Under
the
custom.
custom.
And then marry Tola
and
under the law.
And this is to sound a note of warning to so many women who think that by taking their husband to the registry, that automatically makes them the legal wife. No.
Okay.
No. If you know your man has a previous marriage. Whether it's custom, whether it is religious or whatever, the best thing is that let there be a finality of that previous marriage. Because Esther.
Okay, let's take Esther from Lagos. Hello, Esther. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing there?
Thank you.
I'm fine.
All right, there. You get questions or contributions today?
It's question.
All right, please go on. Go.
I have two questions.
Two. Oh yeah, now hit us.
Yeah. The first one is about my marriage. I've been married for about 10 years now without issue. So, and my husband family, both my family, that this child of 18 in Nigeria, you get married and without the child, we went to the doctor and the doctor said that I'm okay, that my husband should come. He has been refusing to come for tests for the past 4 years. And for now, to God be the glory, he finally come. They say the fault is from him, that they give him drugs and everything. Thank God, he's finally okay. But the baby, this is my 10 years of marriage. February 14, I complete my 10 years of marriage. And now the family is saying I should give me divorce paper, divorce everything. Not knowing that I signed the divorce paper, not that I'm pregnant for 2 months.
Oh.
I've been telling him that I'm pregnant. He said no, that the baby is not his own, that how can he send me divorce paper and at the same time I'm pregnant. So now we are going to court. I didn't really know what to do. I just want the barrister to give me ideas.
That's the first. You want to ask the second question, so we'll answer the two together.
So the second question is about my landlady where I'm living now. Is it a law in Lagos State that if you rent an apartment, I'm staying in one apartment for now because of the issue I have with my husband. I cannot accommodate somebody else. He said no, I should live alone. No anybody. The last time I sick, I almost lose my life. It's not for my neighbor. So I'll be telling her that I need somebody that will stay with me. I cannot go and bed inside the bedroom with slippers. You can't use slippers inside the bedroom. You can't bring somebody in to stay with you. If anybody that come and stay with you is just for visit, nobody will leave you too. The last time I almost lose my life, I told her that in case something like this happens to somebody apart from me or your name of your trainer, what will you tell the government or what will you tell the police people? So that is the issue I'm still fighting hard now.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I don't want the lawyer to give me.
Okay,
Esther,
just listen up. He's going to
first,
your question
about the
now.
marriage. Very, very loaded question. About your marriage, when it comes to divorce is not a one-way traffic. It's not at all. Even in divorce cases, the court would try to mediate to see whether you can mediate the role. And so it's not always like one person will get divorced just like open and shut case. So the way it is now, you don't want a divorce. So you can tell the court that this and this and this, I don't want a divorce, and what have you, and what have you. So I'm sure the court will try to mediate and what have you. But nevertheless, the thing is that the court cannot force two people who are not unwilling. So because marriage is essentially about love, about the willingness of the parties. You understand me? Even if if families are involved, it has to do with the two parties willing to stay together. I get me. So if the parties are not willing together, if the man insists that he doesn't want, that means there's no love again in the marriage. Then probably there will be conditions and grounds, the thing that they will say, okay, in that case, do this one, do that one. So if you are going, you can. So when you are going to file, get a lawyer to help you file your own paper. And for your paper, you put also the conditions you want, settlement, all those kind of things that you want, But put that you don't want a divorce. But in case there's going to be a divorce, then these are the issues that probably those ones will also make him to open his eyes to find that okay, it's a cost exercise and what have you. So don't be browbeating. Don't let the divorce paper make your mind shake. Court is not a place where they go eat you raw.
Even for the reason for the divorce, for me, I felt it had been met, which was the pregnancy, and the fact that even
probably
the man is supposed to come from man. Not
probably
him.
the man feels that he could not impregnate. Probably he knows he has something, a reason to believe that impregnation is difficult. It's probably he's feeling that look, no, that pregnancy cannot be mine. If that is true, though, that can be a ground for divorce, because having pregnancy for a person as of the marriage is a good ground for divorce. So if that is the basis for him, then probably can
say, okay,
not
test barrister, because from what she said, sir, she mentioned the fact that he denied, they always been requesting him to come for treatment, and he denied for 10 years. And now finally he went and he's fine. At least he took drugs, medications and all of that, and he's okay. So if he's certified okay now, is it not enough reason for him to know that okay, the problem they've
he
had,
might not believe that he might not believe. He might not believe. So at that point in time, they might believe, okay, look, let's test this pregnancy, whether it's yours or not.
I was thinking that's the way forward.
So don't be browbeating about that. Now for your landlord, I was telling them last week about this issue. There is no law that, you see, renting a house does not deprive you of the dignity of human person. There's any condition that deprives you of that fundamental human right of dignity of your person. Because you have the right to associate, you have the right to be visited, you have the right to have people with you. So any tenant, any landlord that decides that you can take it up. You have mediation authorities, you can take it up. You can ask your lawyer to write to him that, look, don't, because this is my legality. Housing me, because the law is actually more in favor of tenants than for landlord. So housing me does not mean that you are going to turn me into your boy or what have you. It's a contract. I'm paying you to have a shelter over my head. That doesn't mean I'm paying you to have my life run by to have my life run by you. You don't have to run my life. I have the right to move. I have the right to be visited. I have the right to associate with anybody, so long as I'm not injuring anybody. So if I have a room and I have to have somebody with me, you cannot deprive me. It's not a prison yard. So on that basis, you can say, let your lawyer write to them, or somebody go and talk to the person. And if it's not agreeable, then you can say, okay, look, at that point in time, give me time to go. But until that time, this is what I want. Let's put that. I'll go. But I still need person to be with me. So don't let any. And for landlords who are watching me, please, your tenants are not your words. Your tenants are not people that you rule their life for them, except they are doing something that is illegal. Probably they are doing something that is dangerous or probably injurious to that property in terms of probably destroying the property.
Okay, let's take Ade Ronke from
Don't think them as...
Ronke, good morning. Hello, Ronke.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi.
All right, there. Please go on with your question or your contributions.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your network is...
Good morning.
Good morning. Now we can hear you. Please go on.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Go on, okay.
Because of our time.
I have question for you. I have question from What TV.
Go ahead.
You have question for what?
Go ahead.
Please go on. Ask your question.
For my legal marriage.
Okay.
So me and my husband, we get small misunderstanding. So I have married now for almost 3 years now.
Okay.
So
and me and my husband, and I went to court to go and divorce him.
Okay, go ahead.
And about my landlord. So for my landlord, me and her, we are just discussing about. I have small problem with my husband. So I've given birth last year, and the baby was dead. So after that, and my husband was fighting. We are fighting for that. See now, me and our husband have divorced.
Okay, so what do you want now? How do you want the barrister to come in? Or what's your question?
I want to get my husband back, and I went to go and divorce him from court. So, and I've do it finish before that I know.
Oh, you want your husband back, and are you been go court yourself? Barrister, is it possible?
Yes, no, but I want my husband back.
Okay,
My
okay, let's see how possible that
father.
is. All right, we got your question. Just keep watching. Barrister.
Yes, it's possible. It's very possible. But just that once you have divorced, you have to remarry. So for that's one thing for everybody to learn about. Yes, a couple that divorced can find love again and return. But when they return, they should not take it that the marriage is there. On their return, until they go and remarry under the law, to start as though they're going to, because by law, once you do a divorce, the first one has been totally extinguished. So there's no relationship in that one. So if you come back as man and woman, you are only boyfriend and girlfriend. Whatever you do under dispensation does not have to do with your marriage. It is like a relationship that you have ongoing. So at that point in time, both of you can say, okay, we want to marry again. So it's something that you have to understand. It's possible, very, very possible. Prince Andrew and his wife, Sarah Ferguson, they divorced. They are still friends today, but they've not remarried. So they even still living together, but they have not remarried. So if you think that you can rejig that relationship, you can bring it back. Why not? Why not? You know, we couldn't finish that of legalities of the last one today. By God's grace, I'll continue because I know issues. We're going to move into the legalities, the issue of what it takes to be married, and all the things that we need to get along, and even possibly maintenance in marriage, divorce, and then this fear people have that if I marry under the legal, that my wife would take my property.
Barrister.
It does not follow, and I'll explain to you. Because it does not follow.
There's a word for it.
We have prenuptials and postnuptials and things like that.
Prenuptial agreement.
But it does not follow because all these things you say that it must. My wife will have a quarter, and because of that, you don't want to. It's even going to hurt you the most as a man when you marry under the custom, because most times your children. It helps or it hurts? It hurts you. It hurts you. Okay. Most times your children suffer because, in case you are married under the custom and you pass on, the custom takes care of your property, and most
times not fair.
Not fair, because your children are pushed aside, your wife is pushed aside, and your brothers would never suffered.
You just come from nowhere to claim.
And then because it's a custom, So you are not winning. You are not gaining by saying I'm. So just knowledge is what is very important. Once you know, it will help you to understand what you
Man, this is going to be a very long class. So you guys need to get ready for the ride. But it's always a delight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for
Have a wonderful time, everybody at home.
Yep, we'll see you guys again next week, Wednesday.
But
then I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you guys
all the
for
best.
watching.
All the best.
All the best from us.
All the best from us.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much.